Hey there guys, I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to AFC Game by Game. It's been a good few months since I've had my face on the channel. I think it's been about three or four months since I've had my face on AFC Game by Game, which has been a real miss. There's a lot that's been going on over this past month, especially since Arsène Wenger announced his resignation, since we crashed out the Europa League to Atletico Madrid. It's been a real turbulent couple of months, and sincere apologies for the lack of content. I'm really kind of at the business end of things with university now. I've got my last deadline next week, so from there, no more university. That's completely done, and work's been busy as well, so apologies on that front. I really do, and I say it so often, I want to keep this channel going, keep creating innovative and exciting content, which I really hope you guys can relate to and enjoy, but finding the time to do that when I've got work and everything else in the pipeline, it's really difficult. But from next season, I really want to stay committed to this and hopefully get some more unique, original content out there and do something in commemoration of Arsène Wenger. I think that's a big thing for me, to remember his 22 years at Arsenal. I mean, I'm going to be 22 years old in a couple of weeks' time. He's all I've known. He's been a great philosopher at Arsenal, a great human being, and has had a very successful spell with the club. But, you know, not spell, but tenure with Arsenal. Been a fantastic man, a great human being, and yeah, I think it would only be fitting to create some sort of film around him. So that's something in the pipeline. And there's a few other projects that I've got that are Arsenal related, and I'm excited to get those out there as well, all in due course. But as I say, next season, hopefully, when I've got a bit more time, when university isn't a distraction anymore, I can put a bit more time into this. And I don't want to carry on doing the regular match previews and reviews, because I can't help but feel that almost every single person has jumped on that bandwagon now, and I certainly did when I was about 16 years old, so I'm including myself in that. But I want to create something next season that we can all get behind, all enjoy, and, you know, just have a laugh with it, because that's all this is. It's a bit of a passion project, and we'll see where the road goes. But I don't want to waffle on. Made this video to talk about everything that's been going on at the club recently. First and foremost, Wenger leaving. As I said before, he's been such a great servant to the club, and it wasn't really a shock to me, because given the way things were going, I think it was inevitable. But I think it's beautiful what the club have done, the send-off, everything, the commemorations. His final game against Burnley was fantastic, and a nice way to wrap off against Huddersfield. Massive appraisal has to go to them for what they did for Arsène. So it couldn't have been a nicer ending for him. Of course, well, it could have been. We could have won the Europa League, but unfortunately that wasn't to be. And given how things turned out, I think he's got to be pleased with the outcome. And now a new dawn awaits, one that I'm very excited and apprehensive about, it has to be said. It's been odd, like, with this managerial process. Ever since the season's ended, it's kind of felt like this has been dragged on for ages and ages, when in reality it hasn't really been that long at all. And we've actually gone about our business quite quickly. You know, when you think about other clubs that have drawn out managerial appointments for months on end, I mean, we've done it relatively quickly in that sense. And at the end of the day, the manager we come out with, Emery, I'm pleased with the appointment. I think it's going to take a while to sink in. I think it's going to take some perspective to look at it. He's got an unbelievable record with Sevilla, winning back-to-back. I mean, 3 Europa Leagues on the spin. That's just unreal. I mean, it's not the elite competition we want to be in, the Champions League, but still, that's a phenomenal record with a club like Sevilla. Did very well at PSG. Got a fantastic average points tally there last season. Has coached players like Neymar, Cavani, so he knows how to cope with household names. My cat's just walked into the room, so I hope that's a nice addition to this video. But he's someone that really does get me excited. I was a little bit more excited when we were in talks with, or supposedly in talks with Arteta. I mean, what Ivan Gazidis has just come out and said, can't remember the exact quote, but saying those who don't know write whatever, and those who do know will stay quiet. I think he summed that up perfectly. I don't think any of us actually had a clue what was going on. So I don't think we need to be too worried about what has necessarily happened in this deal, whether Arteta's pulled the plug last minute, whether Arsenal pulled the plug. I think it's a case of there was such a thorough process, and we were so privy about our business. And it shows, I suppose, the power of social media and how influenced we can be by it, that we all believed Arteta was the man to walk out next season in that suit, being the Arsenal manager. At 36 years old, Mikel Arteta would have been a blank canvas, someone that we didn't really know anything about whatsoever. We don't know how good of a coach he is. I mean, we can all believe that he's a great coach. We can all believe that he could have been a great Arsenal manager. And I'm sure if he was to be appointed, then he would have hopefully done very well with the club. And that's not to say that might not happen in the future. But we've got someone that's experienced, that knows how to cope in pressurised situations. And I think he's a very stable appointment. He's not the elite appointment we need, but with this, well, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting how you look at it. He's not what even is elite? I mean, is Allegri elite? I mean, how far off is someone like Emery from Allegri? I mean, how much worse is he? I mean, he wasn't even in, we weren't even considering him when he left PSG, but now he's looking like a very viable option for Arsenal, and one that makes a lot of sense. We're a ship that's on kind of a chaos course at the moment, and he can be the guy to captain that ship and bring some stability to rough seas. I'm coming up with all these ship metaphors here, but he's someone that I think is going to be perfect for the squad we've got. I think he likes to utilise a 4-2-3-1 formation. He's someone that really does enjoy the pressing sort of game, so that Jurgen Klopp sort of style, and I think we've got very good players that we can do that with. I mean, I'm looking at players like Danny Welbeck, Aubameyang, players that can bomb on and scare opposition. I think we've got a perfect squad for that, and I sincerely hope that he gets the best out of players like Mustafi, Bellerin, who I think need to massively improve this coming season, and I'd hope we're a lot more stable at the back. I really, really hope there's a lot of emphasis on that next season, because we've got a very young crop of exciting centre-halves. Mavropanos, Holding, Chambers, players that all performed very well to the end of last season. I mean, Holding's the one exception there who needs a bit of improvement, possibly alone, but I'm very excited to see what Emery's going to do with this squad. And all round, it's not just Emery that I'm excited about, it's the structure we've got. It's having people like Sanelli, Mislintat all in place, and the job Gazidis has done these past couple of months, these past years in fact, has been phenomenal to put this structure, this continental structure in place at Arsenal that I think will really, really do well for us. We need a coach. I mean, when we had Arsène Wenger doing this, that and everything, it didn't work at all. I mean, we had him managing our finances, trying to make sure we stayed on budget, but now we've got someone in charge of contract negotiations, someone in charge of bringing in transfers. We've got Mislintat, we've got Sanelli, we've got these great people that are going to aid Emery, and I think his sole focus is just going to be on the football, which is fantastic. I mean, he's not got to worry about any external issues. They'll all be dealt with by the other people that are on board, and I think we've got such a good setup. I think it will take a while to fully flow, to get all the cogs turning, but I mean, that's only natural. It's such a fresh thing to do. It's not really been a gradual process. It's all happened so quickly. In less than 6 months this has all occurred, so I think it could take a year or two to really settle in. I think we've got to manage our expectations. I don't want us to be going into next season assuming that we're going to win the Premier League just because we've got this new guy in and players will magically transform. Maybe we'll start to see players for what they really are. I know that sounds quite harsh, but it could well be the case. Hopefully he'll get the best out of these players though, get the best system going for Arsenal Football Club, and we'll see the good times roll. I hope. I really do hope. But it's been exciting watching this all unravel. It's been a great presentation for him. It's really, really ballsy for him to do his first interview in English when it's not his proficient language. So fair play to him there. And I mean, any guy that's going to come out and talk to the fans in the way that he does in our native language, I think is a great way to start off his campaign at Arsenal Football Club, and I wish him all the best. It's going to be a very turbulent season, but he's got a big squad to deal with over this World Cup period. I mean, there's only 7 players, I believe, that are currently off to the World Cup from Arsenal. So, yeah, it should be a great job for him. I mean, it is a great job for him. It's arguably it was the biggest job in football whilst it was vacant, and I think he's a great appointment. And I know many will be disappointed with that. Initially, I was quite underwhelmed, but I think, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going. I mean, he's just got the football to focus on, and that's something that excites me. And his continental structure, everything that's going on at Arsenal is something that most certainly brings a smile to my face, and I hope it does the exact same to you. And let's get back into the Champions League ASAP. Let's at least have a go at the title next season. I'm not saying we're going to win it. Manchester City looked phenomenal last year, and I think they'll continue to look unreal next season. So let's just try to manage our expectations, give this guy a good chance, fully get behind him, and as I say, let's have a great time next season. Anyway, guys, just before I go, quick thing. If there's any ideas you've got for videos that you want to see me make next season, get them in the comment box below. I've got a few going out in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. And, you know, I'm going to try podcasting a lot more next season. That's something I certainly enjoy. But it's been a great season. Thanks for all your support on the channel, even though the videos haven't been quite as regular as I wanted them to be. And very, very last thing, thanks for all the support on the not the Stagnating Giant, that was last year's one, the Catalyst for Change. That I was completely overwhelmed by the response on that. I mean, the amount of people that first of all got involved. So Clive, Gunnerblog, Dave, Was, everyone else as well that got involved. Can't remember the names off the top of my head, sorry. Everyone that got involved, I mean, massive thanks to them, especially Clive, because I know he had to get involved more than on one occasion. But it was a great experience to do that once more, and it's the last one I'll have to make, because hopefully it can't get any worse next season. But yeah, thanks for all your support on that. That was sensational, and it's a good footnote for where we were as a club at that point, and hopefully we can push on from here. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Please do drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel. I can't promise how regular the content's going to be, but please do subscribe, and we'll try to get as much content out there as possible. But as I say, thanks for watching, and I'll be speaking to you hopefully rather soon. See you later, guys.